Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing a Phantom Modern Masters draft. I admit, I don't have a ton of experience in this format, so please, I'm just going to urge you at the beginning, because I have noticed people are pretty serious when it comes to Modern Masters. I don't have a ton of experience in this format, so do not watch this video as a tutorial of how to play Modern Masters. You're watching this because you like me, or you're just maybe want to watch a draft or something, so deep breaths, relax, here we go. I think I'm going to take the Sever here. What else is good? I mean, it seems like from what I've read in the comments, a lot of people are saying the Esper Blink deck is the best deck. So Sever seems like it's a good fit in there since it deals with anything, and you can flash it back. There's also a Mistraven, which is a good Blink target. We have a Grasp of Phantoms, which is an oldie, but a goodie. And the Bone Splinter is a Seagate Oracle, some okay other thing. I like Sprouting Thrynax. I like the Wayfaring Temple. Not for that deck, obviously, but just in general. Okay, what do we have here? So we have this Vanish into Memory, which is, in fact, a Blink card. And people have been... I think I didn't give this card a very good evaluation the first time around, which... Then I saw it played, and I believe... someone like blinked a token I had that was like an 8/8 or a 9/9, and they drew like 8 or 9 cards, and then I lost my token, and they were like, okay. So I was like, oh, that's ridiculously powerful. Unless I'm recalling wrong. You can do that, right? Okay. Whatever. We're going to take it because there's nothing else here that stands out as remarkably good for the Blink deck, right? I don't think so. I mean, I didn't even know Wall of Frost was in this format. That's how knowledgeable I am. There's also a Kraken Hatchling as well. So it looks like that deck has some good blockers that we can probably expect to wheel. Let's take this Vanish into Memory. Okay, I like the Noble a lot. We have a Spell Pierce, which is probably a little bit too wishful. I could just take the Guildgate. I mean, if we're already planning on being Esper or want to be Esper, Guildgate seems like a good pickup. Arachnus Spinner is a really strong card, by the way. Yeah, you get to, remember, you get to pull the web from your graveyard. So I could play Esper Splash Arachnus Spinner, but then you kind of got to splash the web too, really, right? So maybe that's not the best idea. Why don't we, because I haven't built an Esper deck yet either, so why don't we take the Guildgate? Actually, the Skyfisher, well, it's not a Blink card, though. It just gives you another Enter the Battlefield trigger, so maybe that's not the best card for it either. So we could just take the Guildgate. I mean, fixing is good. It's a high priority. We're probably going to have enough playables, right? If you're in a 3-color deck, it's hard not to have enough playables. So let's just take the Guildgate now, get some fixing, and continue to find some powerhouse cards. Okay, so Slave Driver is a good card because it's a good Blink target, and it has Unearth. We have Is It Charm, which is not in the color scheme we're trying to go for. There's also Banishing Stroke, which is in the color scheme we're looking for. But maybe we just take the Slave Driver. It's an actual Blink card. I mean, this is removal, though. That is true. But I feel like this is a great Blink target. Get a 2/2 every time you blink it. And the fact that you can unearth it is pretty relevant. I don't know. I've just been pleasantly surprised by this 6-mana 4/4. Or do I just want to take Skyfisher because I can get more Enter the Battlefield triggers? I'm not exactly sure, actually. But let's take the Slave Driver. That's what I was thinking. Activated abilities of artifacts and creatures can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Oh, that's something. So we have a Mortician Beetle. Maybe we can take the Skyfisher now. We see Centaur Healer, Burning Tree Emissary. These are good. This is a good card for the token deck. This is a good card for the aggro deck. Same with Slaughterhorn. Rotworm is pretty efficient. Lets you just kind of kill people if you've gotten to them at a certain point. Also Gift of Orzhova. Let's take the Skyfisher, though. Let's take it. Okay, so we have Gnawing Zombie, Hookmaster. Hookmaster is another good Blink target, but so is Sensor Splicer. And then Gnawing Zombie is a good, like, token card. He's a Past in Flames. This is probably a tough build around in Limited. So yeah, it's Hookmaster versus Sensor Splicer. Probably go with the Splicer. We'll go for the better blink target. I think Hookmaster's a pretty legit blink target as well, by the way, but we'll take the Splicer. Okay, so we can take Talon Trooper. It's nothing special. Probably just want the Forbidden Alchemy. Get a little card advantage. And it fills our graveyard with the flashback spell and unearth spells that we have. So that makes sense to me. We'll take it over Night Terrors and over Talon Trooper. So Grasp of Phantoms came back. We have Pit Keeper, which does work really well alongside Forbidden Alchemy, but you do have to have enough creatures to really make this pay off the way you want to. Still, I may take the Pit Keeper over the Grasp. I do like Grasp a lot, but I'm kind of feeling the Pit Keeper getting back our good Blink Enablers or Blink creatures. Because remember, there's like Restoration Angel and stuff, although that's a rare. There's other Blink creatures, though, as well, I think. But we'll take Pit Keeper here. Okay, so we have Bone Splinters. There's a Virtue, but we don't have token. Well, we got a couple token cards, but that's not the deck that we're going for here. There's Aristocrat, which is also more of a token-based card. Let's just take the Bone Splinters. Granted, we don't have a ton of great things for it, but I feel like Sensor Splicer and Slave Driver are not terrible with it, right? Let's take it. It's removal. So Mortician Beetle actually does work well alongside Bone Splinters, but I don't think that we're a Mortician Beetle deck, right? We're not going to be sacrificing creatures all that often. Night Terrors seems more like a sideboard card, although in this format with all the powerhouse cards, maybe Night Terrors is just good. Some late aggro cards. We'll take the Night Terrors anyway. So, Death's Shadow. Yeah, I mean, it's a rare. Spell Pierce is more of a sideboard card. I feel like this card's not the greatest in Limited. Certainly playable. But we'll take the rare. I don't think the rare is happening, but... Okay, we can take the Hatchling now in case we need it. Buy some time if we can get a good late game plan going. Guess we'll take the... Am I gonna... I don't think I'm gonna play it. I don't think I'm going to play either of those, to be honest. All right, got the Gnawing Zombie. So it seems like black is open, but white and blue not exactly coming together in that pack, but that's all right. We'll still kind of keep our eye out. Because I did kind of want to try and build the Esper deck. I know that I'm probably forcing it pretty hard. Ooh. Extractor Demon. So 6 mana, 5/5 flyer. Good. And whenever another creature leaves the battlefield, you can mill somebody. Yourself if you have a lot of good graveyard shenanigans. Oh geez, Soul Ransom lets you steal things, but they can get it back. Research is just great card advantage. I kind of want to take the Demon just because it's a great finisher. It's pretty efficient. The fact that you can unearth it is certainly relevant. Yeah, we're going to take the Demon here. Take the rare. Otherwise, I think it's close with Research and Soul Ransom, too. Like I said, those cards are great. And then there's Ghostly Flicker, which is kind of what our deck wants to do, too. But I'm going to take the Demon because it's rare and powerful. Azure Mage, Noble, Grasp of Phantoms, Lone Missionary. A Lone Missionary is a good blink target, but it's got to be less powerful than like Azure Mage or Grasp of Phantoms or Noble, right? So Azure Mage is just cheap. Why don't we look at, I think it's important to look at our colors, right? Because we currently don't have a ton of fixing, just the Guild Gate. So we're mostly black, and then we're splashing blue, splashing white. So it's kind of more like what color do we want to focus on as our secondary after black? Or I could just take the Falcon Wrath Noble because it's in our base colors. That's okay. How many 4-drops do we have already? I guess we don't have that many. So I could just take Noble because I know the card is good. And if you're blinking, well, it's only with dyes, so it doesn't exactly work with blink. Azure Mage is card advantage, but... I'm going to take the Noble anyway. I just know the card is good, and like I said, we're for sure in black. So, Miss Meadow Witch is what we're looking for. There's also a Tower Gargoyle, which is very good, but the Witch is the engine, the little engine that could in our deck, right? Because we get to blink Splicer, blink Slave Driver, and net some value. Or blink a Pit Keeper, yeah. So Miss Meadow Witch is what we're looking for here. We're going to take it. So Grizzly Spectacle is the removal. Otherwise, Mist Raven. Mist Raven is going to work with our Witch as well. That's a really good engine. It also kind of works with Vanish into Memory, right? Because you exile, you draw 2, and then it comes back, and then you bounce, and then you discard 2. It's not super powerful. Spectacle is just hard removal, but Mist Raven... Oh, there's also Blink, too? Jeez. Well, I kind of want the Blink, to be honest. I feel like I'm more likely to find Enter the Battlefield stuff more so than... I mean, I don't have a ton of removal in here, admittedly. I basically have Sever and Bone Splinters, which isn't that much. But I kind of want this Blink. I feel like these are a hot commodity, and it's kind of what I wanted to do with the deck. We're going to take the Blink. I haven't gotten to play it yet. That's the problem. So we can take another Slave Driver. There's a Guild Gate. There's 2 Guild Gates that are on color. Another Slave Driver would be okay, but I think we want the fixing here. So I might just take the Orzhov one this time over the Dimir. Try and diversify our fixing. We have to make sure we have enough if we're playing 3-color, or we could run into some color problems. So we'll take the Orzhov Guildgate. So Serum Vision's Crippling Chill, another Forbidden Alchemy, and a Talon Trooper, and another uncolored Guildgate. I think we're going to take the Guildgate again. Just keep the mana fixing going. We only need about 6 cards to make this deck come together, although I admit I don't exactly want to play Death Shadows, Mortician Beetle. I'm okay playing Hatchling, but not thrilled about it. Forbidden Alchemy there would have been good too. So we could take another Guildgate. I mean, we can get all the fixing we want here, which I think is actually a wise idea. It's more exciting than a Dregscape Zombie. Grasp of Phantoms I actually like. And another Skyfisher would be okay with our Enter the Battlefield stuff, but I'm going to take the Guildgate. So there's a Signet, which ramps. Tandem Lookout, which is okay, and then another Pit Keeper, which would be okay too. So we might just want the Signet. We don't have any. It's uncommon. It ramps. Yeah, I think that's... And it generates 1 color that are at least our base color. So we'll take the Signet here over the second Pit Keeper. All right, we can take Grasp now over Dregscape. I'm okay with that. I like Grasp of Phantoms. I think it's a good card. I love that you get double use out of it, and it's kind of a setback for your opponent. I think we'll just take the white card here. I mean, I'm not going to splash for any of these. That's cool that we saw Passing Flames and Pyromancer Ascension in this draft, but we did not. I don't think Graceful Reprieve is particularly good. I mean, it works well with our Into the Battlefield dudes, but I just don't think that I'm likely to play it. So we could take the Agent of Masks. Not that that's great. We could take a second Bone Splinters. I mean, Bone Splinters is more for a token deck. Agent of Masks, I've actually been kind of surprised how well it plays. So I think I'm going to take it here. For a 5-mana 2/3, plays better than one might expect. All right, we're just going to take another Graceful Reprieve, continue to cut white. One of our 3 colors here. So currently our deck has some shenanigans, right? We have the Blink, we have the Witch, rather. I guess Sundering Growth we could actually theoretically play. I'll take the Aristocrat now. Last pick, Dregscape Zombie. I mean, so black is open, which is good because that's one of the colors we're going for. But white and blue, ooh, that was a lucky open right there. It's exactly the plan I wanted to go for, and then we open the awesome card for our deck, that is a rare. So we're going to take that was a lucky open, I'll be honest. So we'll take the Restoration Angel, and now we're just hunting for into the battlefield stuff. Sensor Splicers, there's 2 in here, as well as an Entomber Exarch. I feel like we're going to wheel one of those, which is good news. So we'll take the Restoration Angel. Happily. Seance. Wait a second. At the beginning of each upkeep, exile a creature card from your graveyard, create a token. So it's funny because it works well with Into the Battlefield stuff, but so does Sin Collector because you can blink it. There's also Ghostly Flicker. So currently we have 3 flicker effects and only 2, well, 3 if you count the Pit Keeper, good Enter the Battlefield effect. So I guess we're kind of hunting for the balance, another good Enter the Battlefield effect, which means I could take the Sin Collector here over a second Pit Keeper. I kind of like the idea of Pit Keeper in here because we have some self-mill going on with graveyard value, and then Pit Keeper is just great in that deck because you bring back whatever super powerful thing you want. So I kind of like Pit Keeper. Sin Collector is just some diversity of what we can do. And then Forbidden Alchemy, I feel like we've wheeled it a couple times, so we could probably wheel it again. And then, like I said, the Flicker effect is good for us, but I think we're trying to balance. I'm going to take the Pit Keeper over the Sin Collector. I don't know if that's right, but there's another Pit Keeper in here. We have a Rewind, Gnawing Zombie. I mean, Pit Keepers are great if you can get enough creatures. We currently have quite a few. Although, like I said, we don't want to play this. I don't really want to play this. Prefer to not play this. So I could take the Pit Keeper. Rewind is powerful. Double blue could be an issue, even with the decent fixing we have. Gnawing Zombie is okay. Probably like it more than Dregscape, to be honest. We'll take Pit Keeper. So Recover is okay, but I think we want this Splicer now. Could take the Signet, but it's actually the 2 colors we're not in. It still ramps us, which is good. I never have a problem with just ramp, but it is like colorless ramp. Not that that's bad. I think I'm going to take the Sensor Splicer. Not that it's super powered, but we have like good cards for it. The Witch, even the Pit Keepers and the Bone Splinters and stuff are good with it. Certainly Restoration Angel. But do I just want to play Signet because Signets are good and ramp? That is the question here. And it's a legit question. Like I said, it's the complete off-color Signet. So how good are Signets if they're completely off-color? They're probably still pretty good. Jumping you from 2 to 4. But I'm going to go for more of the synergy here and take the Splicer. Like, it's just so good with our Blink, right? Getting just 2 more 3/3s. So now I can take Forbidden. Another Bone Splinters. Probably just want the Forbidden Alchemy number 2, though. Because we have good graveyard shenanigans now. We have the Pit Keepers. We have the Demon, the Slave Driver. Probably don't need a main deck Night Terrors. Oh, yeah, the Reprieves, they're not going to happen. I don't think. Not that they're bad with a Blink deck necessarily, but I feel like this is relatively difficult to get going. So let's take the Forbidden Alchemy here. So we can take the Ghostly Flicker now. Abyssal Spectre, though, is very good. There's a Spire Monitor, which is... Oh, we got another Blink. All right, we're going to go for the Blink here. There's also Deputy of Acquittals, which I kind of like, but Blink in this deck actually does look good. And then maybe we cut the Dregscape Zombie, just because kind of... Oh, or maybe probably the Hatchling, I guess. So we'll take Blink. Urbis Protect. There we go. So we were looking for yet another... We're getting good balance now, which I like. So this obviously is good because it makes the Angel. We can get it back with like Pit Keeper. So I think, all in all, this deck actually looks pretty good. So we can actually do Corpse Connoisseur. And you can search up like your Extractor Demon or your Slave Driver. And then unearth them, which isn't super powered, but otherwise it's like a Talon Trooper, which doesn't really synergize with our deck. It's just a 2/3 flyer, which is not bad. Corpse Connoisseur is probably not I mean, it's kind of cool with Pit Keeper, I guess. All right, we'll take it. I mean, I don't think I'm playing any of the other cards in there. Talon Trooper would be okay, I guess. So Jailbreaker is a 4-mana 4/4, but we're going to take another Sensor Splicer because I just like the Into the Battlefield effects here. Seance. I mean, it's funny that this is like a deck that can use it, but it doesn't synergize with the Pit Keepers particularly well. But there's nothing else in here we need anyway, so okay. That's a late Chandra's Outrage. We'll take the Gnawing Zombie, the second one, but I don't think we need it. I mean, we can leave it in for now. I like it. Oh, we got the Pit Keeper back. All right. I mean, I don't mind playing 4 Pit Keepers and Bone Splinters. And Recover. Okay. So we got a bunch of playable stuff, and all in all, we have a good amount of fixing. I think this deck is actually fine. We have all the pieces we needed to make the Blink deck work. We have multiple Momentary Blinks. We have multiple Into the Battlefield effects. We have a ramp, although we could have gotten a second Signet. What did I take over that Signet? Now I forget. I feel like it was a Splicer, maybe? I'm not exactly sure, but I think this deck is okay. So Bone Splinters is still kind of okay with the Pit Keepers, right? So I think Dregscape can probably go. Core Skyfisher actually does work well with Pit Keepers, so I want to keep it around. It's also like, we don't have a ton of flyers. We have the Noble and the Restoration Angel and the Herbist Protector, I guess, and the Extractor Demon. Okay, we have a decent amount of flyers, so take it back. Cut the Recover, obviously. I think with Quad Pit Keeper, we're good. Removal, we're double Bone Splinters plus Sever and Grasp, so not bad. We can afford to cut some creatures if I have to. We're going to play 17 lands. We could get away with 18, but because we have good value. And we have Forbiddens. We could do 18. I feel like it might not be necessary. I might just cut Agent of Masks. I said this card impressed me, which is true, but I think I want to lower the curve now. So if I can cut like Corpse Connoisseur, which like I said, basically synergizes well with kind of with Pit Keeper because it puts another card in your graveyard, a creature card specifically. And it works well with Unearth, but I feel like we're doing better things late, and I'm going to try and focus on synergy. So I want to cut the Agent too because it's not a synergistic card. I may just cut the Gnawing Zombies now too. I like the Pit Keepers more with our game plan. So I can probably cut these two pretty safely. It's not like this card's that good for our plan anyway. It's just kind of a good card because it blocks cheap things, and sometimes you just need to gain some life, and sometimes you can put your opponent away. So versatility-wise, I like Gnawing Zombie, but synergistically-wise, I don't think it's what our deck wants. So I could cut a Bone Splinters now. Like I said, I do like the Bone Splinters in here just because it's kind of cool with like a Sensor Splicer, right? You sack your 1/1, then you can Pit Keeper it back, get more value. It's good with Herbist Protector. I'll sack my 1/1, I'll get it back. But I think we'd rather blink than sack. And I still think we have enough removal with Splinters, Grasp, Sever. Even Vanish can kill a token. So this is only 14 creatures, but we do have Forbidden Alchemy, which could help fuel the Pit Keeper. And 14 is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Let's sort by color. I'm a little bit curious where we're at here. So okay, this is kind of where I wanted to be. If I was going to be a 3-color deck, I would rather be focused on 2 colors, and then you just sort of splash the 3rd color. So this requires blue as well. So we don't need a ton of blue mana, but I'm glad that I diversified my my guild gates. So I've got 2 blue fixers, but I've also got 2 fixers for my main 2 colors. So overall, we probably only, if we had 6 sources of blue, we'd need 4 islands, and that would leave me space for 9 more lands. So I could go maybe, yeah, because our white is a little more mid to late than our black, right? Because there are going to be plenty of times where I just drop a pit keeper. It doesn't matter if you drop it early. It's meant to be played early to block or trade, and then blink it later to get value. So, yeah, I guess that means we go 5 black, 4 white. So if I do, they want to do 5-5. Well, this would be 5 blue sources, which is probably okay, right? We have 4 blue spells. And Forbidden's not exactly something you have to play on turn 3. You can get too many Forbiddens too and end up milling yourself out, but I don't think I want to worry about that too much. I mean, if you do it 4 times, you're certainly going to mill yourself out, right, with the flashback. But I like what it does. So maybe this is okay. 5 blue, 7 black, 8 with the signet, and 7 white. Yeah, I kind of like it. All right. So we'll do it like that. I think we'll just take their recommendation. Is this deck very good? Unfortunately, we didn't get any Denrova horrors. We actually saw 0. I would have prioritized that pretty highly too in a deck like this. But we do have some synergies in here, which I'm excited to try out. I do wish we had some more Enter the Battlefield effects. We have 4 Pit Keepers, 3 Sensor Splicers. That's 7, 8, 9. Even Demons, not really. So we have 9 Enter the Battlefield effects, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sort of. 6, not really a blink, but value. So we have like 6 blink, which is not bad either. So, all right. I mean, this deck is certainly acceptable. Is it great? I don't know. Only time will tell. So we're going to play it like this. Yep, Esper, blink. We'll see you round 1.